Hello and welcome to Blue Club Sports. My name's Ian, and we're going to recap the first round of the Open Championship from the old course at St. Andrews. So, your leader after 18 holes, Cameron Young. So, Cameron Young at 8 under, very impressive, to say the least. And Cameron Young is one of those guys that's been playing very well in the majors this year. He was right there at the end for the PGA Championship in Southern Hills. Did not manage to close it out. He's had a lot of close finishes where he was in the top 5. He had a legitimate chance of winning the tournament, but it just didn't pan out for him. So let's see if he can do it. It's a bigger stage than any of those events he's played in on the PGA Tour, and I would say it's a bigger stage than the PGA Championship at Southern Hills, just because I believe the Open Championship, there's more prestige, tagged with the event, and also it being played at the old course elevates the event even further. So second, one of my picks that I had, Rory Mcilroy. He was one of my safe bets. He's sitting at 6 under par. A great first round. Just what really tells you that he was having a good round. The first hole, he drains a long putt, and that's the thing with Rory. It's all about putting with Rory. He's a magician with the driver. I feel like his approach game's good enough. It's just his putting. Can he sink the putts? And he surely was doing that today, obviously, after seeing that first hole. But let's see, Rory Mcilroy, I expect him in the second round to do very well again. But like I said, watching this guy every weekend that he plays, he always struggles in that third round, and then on the final round he'll just sneak into the top 10 or sneak into the top 5. So that's just how Rory is. It's infuriating if you're supporting him, but yeah, that's just how it is. Cameron Smith, he was someone I didn't have on my radar just because of the way he finished at the Masters tournament where he kind of melted. So I thought he wasn't going to be up for it, but he has a great opening round. Don't disrespect the Players' Championship this year. But yeah, he has a legitimate chance. So one thing I did hear, a little weird fact was, every winner of the Open Championship at St. Andrews, after the first round, they've been in the top 3. So that would include Barclay Brown, which was the amateur, Dimwitty, Cameron Smith, Rory Mcilroy, and Cameron Young. So that's, those 6 players, one of those players, if the trend continues, is your champion golfer of the year. So Rory Mcilroy, out of that list, I trust Rory Mcilroy out of all of those if the trend continues. But I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. Lee Westwood doing well, being the highest placed live golfer in the field. So it's exciting to see that. Him doing it at such an old age. Victor Hovland 4 under par, along with the live golfers Dustin Johnson and Taylor Gooch. Scotty Scheffler 4 under. He's in a good spot. He's 4 back though from the leader, which is crazy to think. How Cameron Young shot. What a great round, shooting 8 under par at St. Andrews, and this is the first time he's in the Open Championship. And you got to keep in mind, just to go back to Cameron Young, he is a rookie on the PGA Tour, which is crazy to imagine. But you also have characters like Ian Poulter, 3 under, Bryson DeChambeau, 3 under. Bryson DeChambeau, I really would be surprised if he gets a top 10 finish this tournament. I just feel like his game does not suit the course. He's a guy that really can't putt. If Rory can't putt, this guy really can't putt. And then DeChambeau has, he has length off the tee, but Usually it's 3 fairways down to the right, So I just didn't trust him. Xander Schauffele was one of my safe bets. He's at 3 under, so he's still under par. It's not like he's out of it yet. As I scroll down here, Patrick Cantley is another guy to look at, but 2 under par. He's 6 off the lead. That might be too much, but you never know. It's just the opening round. Let me just look here. Hideki Matsuyama. You don't really hear much of him lately. I know he was struggling with injuries. When I went to go watch him at the Texas Open, he stopped playing mid-round because he hurt himself. Jordan Spieth was one of my safe bets. He's at 1 under par. So Jordan Spieth, 1 under par. You hope to, have a better score than that if you're betting on him. But that's reality at the moment. Tommy Fleetwood was another one I forgot. Went under the radar for me. But he was shot even par alongside Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas. Let me see here. Matt Fitzpatrick still even par. The thing is with these guys at even par, you're 8 off the lead, and that's just, things can happen, right? You can, today could have the second round. It could be amazing weather for low scoring. It's just based off the firmness of the fairways and the greens. I really don't see anything changing much. And then you got Brooks Koepka 1 over. Will Zalatoris 1 over. So I think if you're over par after round 1, even though it sounds harsh, I think it would be safe to say that they're going to be out of contention, or I wouldn't put any money on them. But, by far the most popular player on the field, Tiger Woods, he finished 6 over. So Tiger Woods definitely, I'm sorry to say, him being such a very likable golfer, very popular, I don't have him even making the cut here. And also Keegan Bradley, another golfer I really like watching, for over. So at the end of the day, I think the safe bet, the one I would put the house on is Rory Mcilroy, just because he's only 2 off the lead. He's familiar with St. Andrews. Cameron Young, he's still a rookie. Of course, he's going to have, he's on a good run of form, Cameron Young, and also Cam Smith. I think those 3 would be, good bets to make. And I know it's cheap to say since they're the top 3 on the leaderboard, but I could still see some movement, especially from players like Dustin Johnson, Scotty Scheffler. But, the thing with golf that I really like is there's so many variables you really don't know until they play. And that's why every time there's a major, I request off from work to watch it. And it's just exhilarating to watch. I know some people think it's crazy that, people sit down, watch golf for 8 hours straight. But honestly, it's a very unique sport where, it has its, dull moments, but really when it gets going and there's high stakes, especially coming down, the back 9 on a final round, there's nothing like it. Honestly, I can't compare it to anything else in sports. But thank you for watching this video. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do recaps of each round this Open Championship. And if you like the golf content, then like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And drop a comment down below on who you think is going to win the 150th edition of the Open Championship.